Hello, so let's talk about answering questions in Canvas. So an instructor can set up different types of assignments in Canvas, and we have multiple ways of setting the question up to where you answer it in different formats. So it's important that you read the instructions at the beginning before you even read question number one. And then when you're in the test, make sure and read each question as you go, because each question may be set up different and have different instructions for you. So like, for example, one here, it says try or true or false. There are 7 weeks in 1 month. Okay, so I'm going to say false because I don't know a month that has 7 weeks. The next one is multiple choice. It says how many months has 28 days? Well, I'm going to say all 12 months has 28 days. They have 28. Some has more than 28. Question 3, it says only type your answer in the space provided below. This strictly means whatever your answer is, type it. Don't type a sentence, don't type anything else. If it wanted you to type in more than just the answer, it would tell you here, don't forget the $sign or don't forget this or make a short statement. This here strictly says on type. It's only type your answer. So how many seconds are in 1 hour? We're going to say 3,600. This next one, you see it has multiple boxes here. This one only had one. This one says type only your answer in the space provided below with no commas. So whatever my answer is here, we're going to type only the answer. We're not going to put commas. We're not going to put anything else in there. And I notice here I got order of operations going on the first question. It says I got -2 plus, and then there's a parentheses or a bracket here. So order of operations tell me that we have to clean up what's inside this bracket first. And then the next one on the order of operations is power. You got to just, distribute the powers. So I see that I got 4 squared here. And then the next set would be multiplication and division. Well, we do multiplication and division based on read left to right. So I notice division comes first. So I'm going to do 10 divides 2, right? And then I'm going to multiply it by that 4 squared. So when I do that, I got 10 divides 2, which is 5. And then I'm going to multiply 5 times 4 squared, which is 16. And then I'm going to, after I get that answer, I'm going to subtract it because the next set is addition and subtraction, and you do whichever first comes is the one that from red left to right is the one we're going to do first. And in this case here, subtraction is the only thing going on in this parentheses. So now I'm going to subtract that 12. So now I got -2 plus, and inside this parentheses here is 68. Well, this plus has a +1 here. We just don't write it. So I'm going to have 1 times that 68 to get it out of the parentheses. And then that means I got -2 plus 68. So my answer here is 66. Okay, question number 2 says we have 2,204.78 minus 972.01. And this gives me an answer of 1232.77. It didn't tell me to round, so I'm not going to drop any numbers, any decimals or any numbers off. I'm not going to try to round. If it says round to the nearest whole number, then that means it would have been a 3 here. It says no commas, so I'm not going to put any commas. Question 5 says use the equation editor to type or upload as a JPEG, which means a picture, your math work, math setup, and answer in the space provided below. Okay, so let's talk about this. It says or, so I want to do the equation editor. We're going to type it first, and then the next I'm going to go through the uploading as a JPEG. So I got this formula given to me. It says, what is the slope of the line passing through the order pairs? So I'm going to write down the order pairs just because when I open the equation editor, I may not be able to see it again. So let's go to the equation editor. You notice here, this box has this setup. This means that I can click on the 3 dots, click on this square root. All right, while we're in here, I just want to show you a little bit of stuff, okay? So in here, you got your basics, like your subscript. So that means, let me do this. So subscript means that I have X subscript that came from group 1. Okay. Here's the difference though. So say that I have X squared. Do you see the difference? Okay. So let's get out of this. So we're going to do the slope formula here. So I'm going to say M equals, I'm going to say fraction, and it's the change in Y from group 2. Make sure you come out of that subscript because you don't want to leave it in there, minus the change in Y1 subscript, all divided by X, change X from group 2 minus X from group 1. So you'll see the difference. I'm going to type that in. Here is one other thing I want to do is part of my math setups is not just typing the formula, it's actually plugging it in. So when I go to my order pair, I got -4 from the second order pair, and I'm going to subtract it from the Y from the first order pair, all divided by X from the second order pair minus the X from the first order pair, and it is a -7. So I'm going to use a parenthesis. So we acknowledge that I got a minus, right? Minus negative. So let's clean it up. So I got -4 minus 5. So you're in the hole $4. You spend 5 more. So we're in the hole $9. I got 2 minus a -7. Negative times negative is positive. So 2 plus 7 is 9. Oh, wow. So this reduces. Negative divides negative is negative. 9 goes into 9 one time. So that is my slope. So my setup, when I say math setup, that's plugging in my equation. Plug in my numbers into my equation is my setup, right? And then my math work is actually performing the math. I wanted to show you a few more things here. We got the square root button, you got your division, multiplication. Here's another way of writing multiplication. Here's one way of writing minutes, depending on the class you are, therefore. Okay, our Greek symbols, we got alpha, beta, gamma, theta, and then you got many more, mu. You got operations. If you are having to do an interval notation, and you got 2 points that union each other, here's your union button. Let's come down here. Our relationships, we got less than, we got greater than, we got approximately. If you have to round your answer, or you get some kind of decimal, yucky looking number, then here is your approximation, because you would not say it's equal because you round it. Here's your less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and some other symbols as you get further along in math. Here's our arrows. If you're taking trig, you'll use these vectors. And then here's some brackets, may use when we work on matrices or so on. MISC is miscellaneous. We have like many different things we may be using here. Most of it is infinity. Here it is. And then here's our negative, or excuse me, my degree. So like if you're talking about an angle in degrees, here's your degree sign. Or if you're talking about degree Fahrenheit, here's your degree for temperature. This here, if you're in trig, this is a measure. It's your measure symbol, right? It says you've got something that measure, or maybe, or your M would be measures, and this here would tell you we're measuring some angle of CBA, you know, whatever that might be. But when we're done, we'll say done. It'll upload it, and then we'll move on to the next question. However, sometimes there's a lot more math going on. So we did our setup by plugging in what we knew for the formula. So that showed the instructor, hey, I know what I'm plugging in. Your math may be wrong at the end, but it's just letting them know you know the setup. Then I did my math by simplifying it down. If you choose to upload it as a picture, however, I encourage you to take a picture of it, send it and upload it to your computer. You can send it to your email, and from there, load it to your computer. The reason why I'm saying that is because you may want to use your smartphone or a tablet to take the picture and upload it. If that's so, that's fine. Just remember that you can't upload it in Canvas and always be successful. Sometimes it gets stuck in cyberspace in your cell phone or the tablet will say, hey, it's loaded. And then when you go to the grades page, it didn't load anything. So I strongly encourage you to send it to your computer, load it from there in the pictures file, and then come here to these three dots again and click on the image and then pull it here from your computer. All right. The next one, it says choose file here. This strictly means you're going to upload it as a PDF. If you ever see this option here, you're going to upload as a PDF only. You can't upload it as a picture. And instructions here says upload your math work, math setup, and answers. So I wanted to talk to you about this for a second. If you upload your work here as a picture or here as a PDF, make sure that on each page you upload has your name as it appears here in Canvas with the date, with the title of the assignment. And this one here would be like question number 6. You'd put that with it as well, because you want the instructor to be able to verify it's you. 2, you want the instructor to know what assignment it goes to. I mean, this just shows that you know what you're working with, and it gives the instructor, because if you come to class and you turn it in, you still have to do the same thing. So make sure all that information is on there. Also, on smartphones, they have this free app. It's called a PDF converter. So you can take a picture of it through that app. It converts it to a PDF. Then you can email it to yourself, pull it from your email, download it to your computer, and then from your computer, choose the file, pull it, okay?